Looking on the situation in the DRC, I am fed up with this nonsense. Because frankly, when I look at the DRC, I do not see any big problem to solve. What I see in the DRC can be solved through just two initiatives. And it must be solved through the African Union. Because the DRC is a member of the African Union, and the African Union has the mandate and the obligation to address situations such as that which is in the DRC. Just two things are needed to solve the problem of war and violence in the DRC. One, an initiative to enforce full and complete territorial control by and on behalf of the DRC by African Union forces. Two, settle all issues regarding the conflict in the DRC in a just, full and complete just way. So if there is a question of who is Congolese and who is not Congolese, and if it's whatever the issues are which I do not know, these issues must be solved in a civil way that is full and completely just. The two initiatives must be simultaneously executed. Now, to me, these M23 rebels, I know that there are more, but it is the featured one. They are just a group of petty people with a few little basic equipments fighting. These are people who can be defeated in record time. What is needed is not a peace conference in Kenya between Kagame and the president of the Congo. These people cannot negotiate with the justice and the rights of the Congolese people, the African continent, security and other interests come before. These people do not have the authority or the power to go and sit down at a table and to negotiate. This is nonsense. This is playing games. What is needed now at the table to solve the problem in Congo are expert military personnel analyzing the situation to know what equipment are needed, what personnel are needed, what strategy must be developed to enforce full and complete territorial control of the DRC in the hands of the central government of the DRC, whoever is in charge of that government. That is what is needed. We need military experts at the table to draft up a plan to say, well, we need this amount of persons, we need this amount of equipment, whatever they need to manage a little petty group or some little petty groups that are there. The Rwandan army is not a principal army of Africa. Not to say the word. The big and equipped armies that I'm hearing about in Africa are the Egyptians, the South Africans, and the Nigerians, and some others. No, like I said, what is needed to solve the problem in the Congo are military experts around the table or wherever they are, analyzing the situation, drafting up a plan, getting the equipment and the personnel that they need to enforce full and complete territorial control of the DRC. That is what is needed now. And simultaneously, there must be a civil solution to the issues, the tribal issues and the people issues, that who is Congolese, who is not Congolese, and whatever the other issues are. People who are analyzing the situation to ensure and to enforce justice in that we have to enforce these things, I don't want anything to do with any negotiations. These things are not to be negotiated. Security in the Congo must be enforced. Just solution to issues in the Congo must be enforced. The government must be obligated to the enforcement of justice in the solution of all issues. And this must come from an African Union initiative. The military solution is enforcement. Having the equipment, the personnel, the proper analysis of the situation to know what these are experts. I don't get involved in that part. But I know that the M23 rebels are just a handful of poorly equipped. They are no major force to defeat if they are the principal problem at the moment. So, cut the bull and get to work. Africans, stop your damn nonsense. This is a situation that probably should even take a week to solve. You see how people like to celebrate the Israelis and the Mossad and the raid at Entebbe and all these things. These things are just simple analysis of situation. There are 5 guys in that house, and this is how we are going to take them out. And the time that is needed to take them out, doing proper analysis and having the right equipment and the right person to take them out rapidly. You understand? This is a handful. The M23 is a handful of people. The Rwandan army is no major army. Nothing in training, equipment or nothing. You understand? So this is no major problem. This is no major challenge for the African Union, for the African people. Get the 2 teams to solve this problem now. One is military and the other one is civil justice, to ensure that the so-called issues, because I know that a lot of people are riding on this thing. The mineral hungry West that is involved, they're playing their little games. All that can be brushed aside. The United Nations being exploited to put arms embargo on the Congolese state, to tie their hands behind their back so that they don't have to give too much arms to the M23, because the Congolese government is unarmed. So what is needed now is for the African Union and the state of the DRC to seek the equipment that they need and don't totally ignore any form of arms embargo. Buy arms from people who do not respect these embargoes. It is not all that much. You don't need an atomic bomb, They don't need any nuclear bomb in the Congo, What they need are just basic equipment of war,